open to souls the way another might open her thighs. Both spaces leave afterward, craven. Given to possession, I search for lovers' faces in the drain. Caw and whistles, I decipher the sheen of cat piss, fingerprints on pine bark, coon trails and droppings, whisk from new cigars, the lipstick remains of whores. 3. What did I believe in to come here, up north, where the trees are ghetto palms that reveal only impending doom? And who couldn't see that with the two simple eyes in their heads? This earth is soiled plastic, the air burning sausage, the sun a yellowed stain. No spells can work here, where the wind is thick with pigeons and their shit. 4. I call on my father in dreams, and burn incense for his father and the father before him. Turn east and west and north and south, searching for answers. My gifts have failed me, or do I fail them? 13 signs in 3 nights, 6 turns of abandon, 1 bout of unequal despair, 2 echoes of loneliness, 3 tricks of failed intent, 1 turn of a narrow eye, none for deliverance. The next poem, it was actually inspired by the Emmett Till poem I read by Wanda Coleman. And I don't know, my father says that my mind works in an odd way, and perhaps it does. I wanted to write the story from another perspective, and so I wrote it from the perspective of the woman that Emmett Till whistled at. We're all familiar with the story, I'm sure, in here. And so I'm dedicating it, though, to Willie, because I know that story carries deep meaning for him. She speaks for herself from this grave distance. 1. Dreams are only as safe as the sleeper. I'm careful before sleeping to press my lips into a tight cross stitch so nothing, no nothing slips out. He pulls me into his fleshy mouth, a wound I dab with my cheeks. I suck the red tear in his face. My hands are wings, wrapped round. That's how he looked, like a hare that's been spied, caught in the trap of an eye. He was bold. For a cut second, I believed I was dreaming. We were cracked film moving in yellowed staccato, his cheeks going gaunt, the teeth shuttered by pursing mouth, moving into red bow with that lurid hint of pink, then the sound he made, lifting my skirt. I said, "Can you believe that boy put his black lips together to make that nasty sound?" It was a question, not an order. I did not say, "Take him to that river." I did not say, "Lay him on Isaac's stone." I wanted to get home to take this crinoline off, to lay alone for a moment with my hands doves upon my breast before husking the corn, before chicken and hot ears pop in my throat. Dreams are no safer than the sleeper. I think of him so savage, but feel strange and soft even in this position. A finger slicing its way through new butter, steaming bread, broken backwards. I said, "Wait." They heard me. I said, "Wait." By morning, my hair is disheveled. I rush to the mirror without making a sound, pee and arrange myself, put on my face before starting the coffee. So what, they said, those boys ask for trouble. Even now, with the magazine years old, the crack in his face is a question mark. 2. There were always boys in town, knees peeking through threadbare pants, elbows dangling from unstarched sleeves like dusty ribbon licorice. I can see them through my lashes, over my rouge. I look down, wave them with my glances. They don't dare look up. 3. His skin against the eggshell coffin silk does not contrast the way one might imagine. He is pale as honeydew split upon a rock. The glossy pages can't picture how brown he was that day, only how given to ashy white he is now. 4. I mount his head, press it into the fork of my legs, the tricky friction of my maneuvers and his limber neck. The hair is tight, embedded, clinging by strands. His haunches are slim, branches yielding. I whistle through my nose as I sleep. Under covers I snore in a flaring passion. When I come, we are on the bank, wet from the fast-running water, bruised by bottom stones. I said, "Wait." Those boys hanging out in town know better. Somebody should have told him. Who was he? Even now, with the magazine shut and crisp, the crack in his face is a question. Tonight, I smile into his slender throat, say, don't you want some of this? Dreams are dangerous as the tongue flicking along the channel of a flat ear, shell-shaped as if they had just washed up on a bare strip of sand. Sweet throb of meat still inside. He is silent. I place my index finger where his mouth was. It sinks into the hole. Hush now, hush. I know, I know. Since the age of 7, the year of my baptism, the year I realized that the Lord was real, and that the Lord could come in many guises, a silhouette, an arrow, a man, and that there were 1,000 tongues in the world, that I would come to speak as well as I have come to know the copperhead and the rattler. I have survived the gnawing of my childhood into this incarnation as woman, womanhood being full understanding of the vision that is given to her, who is his, her who climbs the tree, her who dares the fruit, her who takes the bite, her who lays the claim, her who is laid open, her who is Sophia, which is wisdom. You don't hear me now? Her, you don't hear me now? Vision is given to her, who is the bent back whore before something greater than herself, who is Magdalene in a bushfire, who is the cave and the watcher, before and after beauty, the tempter and the risk that precedes salvation, the soil that keeps the seed, the keeper of his prophecy come through her mouth. I am the seer that bears the venom. Tell me that you've been to the water. 3 times my head has been under the water. In the name of the Father, in the name of the Son, and in the name of the Holy Ghost. 3 times I have lived to prophesy again. I cannot be broken except by his will. You don't know my name. I live in the tin roof temple of knowledge. He will never leave me. He has cracked open my natty head and spread my arms to the tails and the poison, to the scales and the forks, to the songs and the traps, to the tambourines and the south, and the bloods that still swirling in her churns. Are you washed in the blood? Are you washed in the blood? Are you washed in the blood? Since the age of 7, I have belonged to him who created everything that slides. Everything under rock and between the tight spaces. Him that ascends from the caverns and craves and sheds his countless skins. He rips the mask from my face. I am bare before him. I am not ashamed. In my nakedness, my scars revealed as trails towards glory, as constellations to the north. See Orion on my left breast, the mark of his teeth. Oh, Jesus, fangs, have mercy. These are nails in his name, and I am his. I am his. I am his. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Yes, I am.